could blame it on the physical. I could blame it on your lips, your touch, your kiss, real traditional. But your love's too original.
Hey guys, hope you're well. This is a beginner friendly makeup tutorial where I am going to give you all the easy basic tips on how to apply things and which products to use, where to place them, etc. So this is everything beginner friendly that comes down with the affordability of the products that you are using and coming down to brushes and the technique that you're going to use. Many people might say this is not a basic tutorial because I mean it looks like it's full glam, but you guys will see along the way why I say it's basic, because at the end of the day with makeup it is all about technique. It is where, how you place your products and, like, your blending motion and how it is. So technique. It is not about the products that you use. I think products literally come down to nothing at the end. Yes, quality of products is great, and how they sit, how they come out. They won't come out too ashy, too orange, and all of that. Yes, that does play a role, but at the end of the day, you can use, you know, the most affordable products on the market and you will still get an equally flawless look with someone who used everything that is high end. So as you can see that I used two primers, which is the Essence Hydrating Primer, and that is about, but I'll leave all the pricing on the screen whenever these products show up, as well as the Revlon hydrating. I love hydrating primers because, like, I like my skin very hydrated, because obviously the more product you pack on, it kind of takes away of your natural oils. So I kind of like that. I don't like a very matte look. So that is what I'm going for. And then obviously you saw that I put side by side two of the foundations, which was the Maybelline Fit Me foundation as well as the L'Oreal Infallible. And you could see that, yes, they're on different price points, both affordable, but obviously you could see that at the end of the day, they look the same on your skin and they translate the same on your skin. As you can see, you will see when you saw when I turned my head on the other side, as you can see that it comes out the same, flawless, and so good. And people sleep on these affordable foundations because people think the best thing on the market is what you have to strive for. Yes, guys, I do use Fenty, I do use Huda Beauty and all of that, but it's not a bad thing to use the lower end type of foundations because they are just as good, they're just as flawless onto your skin. And I also don't want to lie to you guys, because at the end of the day, we have to look at how your skin is in general, skin texture, and if you have pimples, acne, whiteheads, blackheads, everything is going to show up. So, makeup, and we all have to understand that makeup is not a form of like wiping that away that you're going to look like a whole filtered baddie. That's not how it works most of the time. Well, all the time, not most of the time. So obviously I have clearer skin, not because of anything else, but just because of genes. um and yeah, and hence why like makeup will sit differently on my face. So as you can see, I'm done blending out my foundation and I am putting on my concealer. And as you can see, it is all about application. It is all about where you place it. And obviously, I know my face. I know what is going to look flattering to me. I know because I've done this so many times. I have refined my foundation routine, and as you can see, I am sharing that routine with you guys. And this is how I know it's gonna look good on me. We all have different ways of placing makeup, and obviously, as I go by, I'm going to try get models, with different face shapes and levels of face, round, square, diamond face shape, all of that, to kind of show you where those different face shapes or types can like place the product on which sides that can look most flattering to not make your head look more bigger, smaller, rounder, sharper, all of those things, because we all have our different preferences. So this is my way, and yes, you can try it, but it will not all look the same. If we have similar skin, similar face shape, similar tone, everything is going to look exactly like it is. But this video is not to just say you have to do every single step that I'm doing. No, this is just a guideline of how you can do things and where you can place it, to give you a basic and rough idea on how to do it. So you saw that I used my concealer from Makeup Revolution, as well as the Maybelline concealer, Fit Me concealer, and all of these concealers as well are affordable, and I'll put the price on the screen. And I used as well, it's a concealer as well as contour, but I used it as a contour, as a liquid contour, because I love how the red glides. I love how it transforms. It gives me like a bronzy look. So I really, really like that it gives me that. So I like using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, but in the darkest shade. Well, it's not the darkest, but it's a shade that can give me that bronzed look. And as you can see, guys, I am blending. I'm not rushing it. I'm taking my time, and you can see that I'm not like gliding or just moving it on my face. I am using a stippling motion. I'm using a stippling motion in order to blend and give my look a flawless finish. And as you can see with my foundation brush, I took it back to kind of blend things and melt things into my skin, and not to have like harsh demarcations on my face or harsh lines that are going to show up, because obviously the more you use a brush, the more product it's going to become. It's not like a sponge. And I don't know, I think I prefer, well, as you can see, I do prefer using brushes rather than blenders, beauty blenders, because I think blenders absorb a lot of the product and it doesn't stay on your face. And I like a full coverage look that it gives me. So I just stick to that. But I can do a separate makeup tutorial using blenders and not brushes. So now, as you can see, I used my Yardley setting powder, and it's translucent powder. I'm not a fan of the medium beige or the beige or the banana shade. I really love the translucent. I don't know, it gives me a different vibe. But I keep saying, if you guys want me to try different setting powders and the shades of the setting powders, I can gladly do it in a separate video, and you guys can just comment down below. But as you can see, I am putting and placing the, the setting powder with a fluffy brush, because I don't want too much product. And you can see that I am putting the setting powder on the areas where I applied my concealer. I'm not putting it anywhere else. Yes, we have this thing of like setting our face and whatever, but and I also don't even go in with my face shade powder, because I just feel like now I am packing on a lot of product on my face, and I just don't want that. So I am placing product where it is meant to go. I am placing product where I want it to go. I don't like this all over the face, all over, it's just not nice because at times it does end up caking up. It does end up looking, too textured. At the end of the day, yes, we want makeup to show that we're wearing makeup, but not to that extent. And well, that is my way of going, of or way of how my I want my makeup to look. And now you can see that I am using an eyebrow pencil. It's also very affordable, not more than like 20, 30 rand from Essence, and I will put the price on the screen. And it's a very it's not the sharpening, as you can know, as you can see, it rolls and it gives me a different texture. Like I don't have to go over my brows a million hundred times. Like it's very pigmented, so you have to be careful when you use this eyebrow pencil to not be too hard on your grip and to not press it down too much. One, it's going to break because it is very delicate, and two, it's just gonna make your eyebrows look very, very dark. Very, very dark. And we do not want that. We still want to look, somewhat close to our normal shade of brows. And as you can see, I'm using a brown pencil brow on my brows, excuse me. And I just don't like going darker or deviating from my natural shade of brows. So that is the shade that I'm going to go with. And as you can see now, I am cleaning up my brow with the same concealer that I used under my eye. And I'm only doing this because I like a bright under eye. I don't like, because most people, and I have done this in the past, especially when, I was still growing in makeup. I used not like my foundation color under my brows to clean up under my brows. But now I think it looks more flattering. It just brightens up your whole look when you use a brighter concealer to clean up your brow. And like, just look at that. Like, I look so good. It looks so flawless. But obviously, guys, blending is the most important part. We do not want something too harsh. And plus, do not go too bright, unless you know what you're doing. And obviously, because if you're watching this as a basic tutorial, so you somewhat do not know what you're doing. So try not, go too bright on the under eye, or even your concealer or your lid, your eyelid. I mean, your eyelid. So as you can see, I'm going in with my setting powder from Maybelline. It's a like press powder type of thing, and I use that to kind of also bring back color to where I put the setting powder, the translucent one, especially to clean up, to make it like my bronzer and my contour more defined. As you can see, it's very sharp. It's very sharp. It's giving badly. It's giving sharpness. So yes, and now I am going in with the same shade on my eyes as I went to as my contour powder. I just love because obviously it's a basic look. I like the similarities of colors that are going on my face. I don't like huge differences, especially if, because this is a beginner tutorial, basic makeup tutorial, we like to keep things, similar. And obviously, I do that as to blend it on my whole lid to kind of wing it out, to give that contrast, to give that depth. And I go in with a darker shade as well to kind of, round it up, to not make it too plain, especially because I'm adding this gold shimmer shade. And it's not glitter, it's a gold shimmer eyeshadow shade. So and I'm also using my finger because I don't want to be too much. I want to be careful, and obviously brushes do kind of, especially dense brushes, pick up a lot of products, and sometimes you put in a lot when you don't need to. So I put it with my finger, to kind of lead me and, like do it in a controlled manner. And as you can see, it looks good, honey. So obviously to kind of finish off with my eyes, I'm going in with an Essence black eyeliner, and just to kind of give depth to my eyes. And as you can see, there's a huge difference to when I didn't put that eyeliner. And yeah, next, guys, we have to give in blush. We have to be, you know, colorful. I'm joking, but I love blush, guys, and I advocate for blush. Use a lot of blush, because you look so flattering. It looks so cute. And also, I mix in my blush with my highlighter, similar shade of highlighter as well. But I love using both of them at once because it just gives like such a flawless, like you didn't like, you know, place things. I don't know how to explain it, but it looks so good. So give it a try, guys. Mix your blush with your highlighter and, put it where it's supposed to be and not all over your face. And trust me, you will thank me. So obviously, I have put in my my setting spray to kind of like set my face. And guys, I don't know if I'm the only one who does this, but I love putting in, or going after everything. I like brightening my eyes even more, under my eye even more. So I go in with the pressed powder, but in the lighter shade to, well, it's similar shade to the concealer shade. And then I just put it on to kind of, bring more brightness under my eye. And yeah, I'm going in again with the brow pencil on my lips as a lip liner as well. It is a very basic look, so we are going for a very basic look. But this is my everyday lip. I love it. So I'm going with that. And obviously, we are putting on gloss to kind of round up our look, to kind of, go into that, honey. Look at that. Look at that. It looks flawless. It is basic. This tutorial is about placing technique and just affordable products all around. And you can achieve this with anything you have at home. Thanks. Bye.